Hey there, how you doing? So, one of the things I love about this YouTube channel, One Rental at a Time, is all the interaction that I have with my listeners. And just today, I was sent an article about a couple who lives in Montana. And here's the headline: These early retirees bought their disgusting house in Montana with cash and budget less than $1 a pound for food. That got my attention. So I thought I'd share with you what I found when I read the article and kind of see if there's any kind of lessons learned there for you. First and foremost, the thing that caught my attention is budgeting less than $1 a pound for food. That's like 4 quarters. So I had to dig in and figure out what this was. So a whole bunch of notes here. First and foremost, they after marriage they decided as a couple to live on 50% of their combined income. Their intention right out of the gate was to save 50%. I think that is outstanding. The ability to have that communication, that trust, that plan, that goal together from day one is huge. And if you're in a relationship and you're looking at walking down the aisle and really joining forever, both financially and spiritually, and together as a couple, I think you need to have that discussion. And in this case, the couple did. And in 10 short years, this couple was able to save $250,000. Again, they never made a lot of money. They never made six figures. But because they were willing to set a goal of saving 50% of their income, they were able to accomplish some pretty impressive things inside 10 years. And I think we should applaud them for that. The other thing to realize is not only is this couple married, which obviously is two, they have 5 kids, which at least a couple of them are adopted, right? That was an important thing, again, for this couple, having that conversation up front. So they're a household of 7. So when you think about that and some of the things that they were able to accomplish, it is truly impressive and interesting. The other thing that we talk about a lot on this channel is real estate. This couple happens to live in Montana. They bought a disgusting house for cash for $50,000. Apparently, at the point of acquisition, the basement had been flooded. The past sellers took a $20,000 discount, so I guess they were asking for 70 grand, and they bought the house with cash for 50 grand. And then they spent a month kind of tearing apart the basement themselves and putting it back together. So again, using condition in their for them. They used cash, so they didn't have to get a loan and all those condition things that happen during real estate if you have a bank loan. And then they were handy enough to go after it themselves. Something else that was important to them, again, the couple talked early, which I really appreciated and took from this, that travel, not only adopting children was important to them, but travel was always important to them. So they, over time, went out and bought a camper, like an RV, that they now travel around, when appropriate. The thing that I thought was interesting there is not that they went out and got an RV and traveled. Lots of people do that. But they took the opportunity of their house being vacant to rent it out. Think Airbnb, think long term. This couple is looking for every angle to produce income. I don't know that I would ever be comfortable doing that, but again, it's not about me. It's about what this couple did in the FIRE movement, right? Financial independence, retire early. It's amazing what you can do when you really go after this together. What else did I capture? Some people look at her and her husband and think they live frugally. Some people look down on them because, again, they live in Montana. Their house, as I recall, was 1,800 square feet, which I guess in Montana is small. I don't know. Never been there, or at least never looked at real estate there. And they, some people look down on the small home, but she says they live in the dream, right? They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. They've adopted their kids. They live below their means, and all of that. So it's pretty amazing to see what they've done. There was a quote that I thought was interesting that I struggle with, so let me share it with you and see what you think. She says that they only spend money on things they value. The rest is invested. I even saying that out loud. I mean, value is in the eye of the beholder, right? It'd be very easy for any of us to, when we buy something, to say we value it. So I don't know that value is the best word, because you could value a Gucci handbag or whatever, but eventually be in trouble. So that, I don't know if value is the right word, and I'm sure that was probably the writer of the article that talked about that. So next up is their income. Their income now, as it sits, is about $35.50 a month. That comes from her husband's military pension. I'm guessing he did 20 years in the military. They do have some rental income per month and investment income. But here's the rub, and why they could be financially independent and retire early. They collect $35.50. They live on $2,000 a month. So they're still saving, or at least potentially saving, 40% of their income. So that is pretty cool. And I had to go back to the thing that caught my attention. How do you budget food at $1 a pound? I've never heard of that before. $1 a pound? I mean, I don't weigh my food, so I've never really thought about that, but that's never come to me. But basically, what she highlights is she does a lot of rice and beans, does a big cooking on Monday, and then dresses it up throughout the week. So pretty interesting. So in the end, I love the stories of the FIRE movement, financially independent, retire early, the things that you're willing to do, sacrifice choices, communication. It's all the right stuff and things that are interesting. And if you have an interesting article you'd like me to review and do a reaction video to, send it to me. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have other interesting FIRE movement, again, financial independence and retire early stories, I'd love to see them. It's always fun to see what people are willing to do to get after it and what their goals are. So hope you like that. Have a great day. Take care.